Hey everyone, this is Tammy from Tammy Colors 2, and I thought that I would try a color and chat. Never done this before. I have actually filmed a couple of things and I have scrapped them because I wasn't happy, and they're too long, and I like to keep my videos kind of short. I don't want you to have to sit and listen to me ramble for like an hour, even though I watch other people's videos and I thoroughly enjoy listening to them talk about stuff for an hour. But I'm working on a whip. I thought this would be good. Maybe I could get it done. Because when I was going through my coloring books, I noticed that I had a whole bunch of whips. And so like, I'm going to knock a few out, and I think I've finished 3 whips so far. This would be my 4th one. And I think I can get 1 more done, maybe 2. And it makes me feel better because in October, it's going to be all Halloween all the time, or yeah, all Halloween and fall all the time. So I'm trying to knock some stuff out of the way and get ready for that. So I thought I would talk a little bit while I worked on this about and try to say some things that would help you get to know me, and why I'm here and what I'm doing, and I don't know. I'm not good at talking, am I? So let me start with, how did I get into coloring? I got into coloring for a reason that is not common amongst other colorists, I notice. I have been a gamer for not my entire life, since about 2004, and that's a whole other story with being a gamer and how I met my husband that I can save for another color and chat. But it's a true love story. So I can tell you all. I've thought about writing a book about it, but I don't know who would read it. Anyway, so I got into gaming with some friends before I met my current husband, and I loved it, and I got into something called Warhammer. Warhammer is a miniatures game where you put together miniatures and paint them, although there's different schools of thought. Some people enjoy painting, some people do it just because they have to, if they want to be in tournaments and stuff like that. I just really enjoyed doing the miniatures, and I like playing the game. The game is fun. I have a Chaos Space Marine army, if anyone wants to know. And I also have a Khador army from War Machine, and I have a bunch of dragon figurines. There's a whole long story there. But anyway, I enjoy miniatures, and I was having trouble because, I mean, I know I color and I'm an artist because of that, but I'm not like an artist that draws, and I mean, it's really difficult for me because I have a very technical mind. For me, it's very difficult because I see things in my head and I can't get them out. And you know, if you're one of those types of people, you know what I mean. So to be creative was a big thing for me, but I had a whole problem seeing color. I would start to paint miniatures and I knew what I wanted them to look like, but I couldn't get it to work out in my head. And I mean, some of them would come out okay. Some of my early stuff is actually pretty good. But I'm like, I told my husband a couple years ago, like, I need to understand color theory, and I need to understand color. And I had actually been to Barnes & Noble or something, and I bought like Enchanted Forest, I think it was the first one that I had, because I was intrigued by it, and I tried coloring, and I don't remember what I had at the time, probably some Crayola pencils, but it was hard for me. I think when you're not ready, it's harder. So I still had that, and I decided that I was going to just color some and try to help myself get better with color. And the side effect of that was that I absolutely love it. I love adding color to things. Color makes me happy. I mean, my favorite color is blue. But in reality, I love color of all kinds. Rainbows and, you know, it's hard for me. Grays and blacks and whites and browns are difficult for me because they're all earth tones, and I'm like, no, the world should be made of color. And they are colors. But anyway, so I kind of went crazy. Well, at first, I forget what I started with. I don't know. I started watching YouTube channels, and I think I watched Lisa from Lisa's Coloring Corner. She was one of my first channels, and Anne from A Colorful Life. Oh, and who else? Oh, Peta Hewitt. Peta Hewitt was the absolute first. And I hope that someday she uploads more videos. I know she has a busy life. But Peta Hewitt she helped me out so much. And then as time marched on, I got into more and more channels and bought more books. And then during the pandemic last year, I went maybe a little crazy. But I got tired of not having any friends that color. None of my friends color. Like, I don't know anybody personally that I could go hang out with that colors. Now, my mom was into it with some of her friends. But now my mom has carpal tunnel, and she needs to get it fixed, but the pandemic kind of put a damper on that. But she's had other problems too. So I had, I'd been talking back and forth with some people. I got to be pretty good friends with Michelle from Kits and Caboodles. Like, I was watching her. She was another one of my first channels. Like one of the very first ones that I think she was like number 3. It was like Peta Hewitt and A Colorful Life, and then it wasn't Kits and Caboodles. It was a different name when I joined. And I knew that the other day, but I don't remember now because it's been a while, but that's beside the point. So that's kind of, and I kept saying, I don't know, maybe I should start a channel because it would be nice. Really, I just thought it would be fun to show people my finished pages and things like that. So, but I'm like, I don't want it to be a job, because I already have a full-time job, and I didn't want, I gotta fix that. I don't want it to be something that it becomes unenjoyable because I have so many responsibilities, because I have enough responsibilities anyway. Which the funny thing is I don't even have half as many responsibilities as a lot of people. But I am an adult, and I do work for a living, and I have a house and a mortgage and all those fun things that come with adulthood. So, I kind of have to turn this book upside down. That's just kind of what I went whole hog into it, which I usually do with my hobbies. I've had like a number. I do love cross-stitching, although I haven't done it for a long time. And I want to, because I have these really nice, I have this set of patterns that I can show y'all sometimes, but I can't remember what they're called, but it's a cat. It's a black cat, and there's a whole bunch of different ones, and he's doing different things in each one. And I wanted to do all of those at least, and they would be simple because they're kind of like black and white with maybe a patch of color. And they're super cute, and I collected them for a long time, and I've just never, they had like a whole big series of them, and I love them to death. But, so, back to coloring though. So yes, coloring has helped my, my minis painting quite a bit. Except now I want to do both. It's like, I love painting and I love coloring. Oh, shoot. And it's very, it's hard for me to find time sometimes to do both. So, I have to make a choice. But I'll usually do my coloring in the morning, and then do painting at night, because if anybody's interested, sometime I can show you all our painting area and the ginormous amount of miniatures that I have to paint, that I have collected all these years. Oh, and it's daunting. I mean, it's like, you think I have a lot of coloring books. I have a lot of minis too. But I really enjoy it. It's a great outlet for me. And the bonus is I can play with them. And my husband really enjoys it. We are quite the pair, he and I. So, we enjoy the same hobbies, except he doesn't color. He paints. That's his coloring. He paints minis too, and he loves it, and that's his thing. And he absolutely supports my coloring habits. Although I wonder if sometimes it distresses him, because I mean, I developed a huge problem with Amazon last year, in that the funny thing is I hate to shop. I hate shopping. I don't want to go out and go shopping. But buddy, I could buy coloring books and coloring supplies. Whew. And I did last year. And I'm at the point where it's like, I told him, because I want to get my landscaping done, because I can't keep up with it. The people that own the house, our house is like 30 some years old, and we've had it for 4 years, and it's really nice, and it fits our lifestyle perfectly. But apparently at one time, the neighbors tell us that they had a gorgeous yard with flowers and stuff like that. And some of the landscaping is still there, but I guess, I don't know, they got sick, or they just, at some point, they got rid of it all. And so now I have to, I mean, I've been doing a lot, and William and I were going to try to do the landscaping. Landscaping is hard, and I can't keep up with the weeds. Well, because this summer I've been sick a lot. I haven't felt good, so I just didn't want to go out. And it was really hot this summer, and I am not interested in getting heat stroke or anything like that, because it's really hot. I'm in Ohio. So it's been a summer, but I am feeling a lot better. Now that the summer is over, thank you very much. I feel better. So, and if you want to know about that, basically, earlier in the summer, I got sick. I figured out that I had apparently never had heartburn in my life, except maybe one time, a long time ago. So I guess I'm pretty lucky, never having had it before. But my heart would race, and it really made me feel bad. Like, my heart rate would get up over 100 just from eating. And it was because my stomach was uncomfortable, which apparently, if you don't know, your stomach gets uncomfortable. It makes everything else in your body hurt. It doesn't hurt itself. I mean, sometimes it does. But anyway, after months of trying different things, and to be fair, the diet worked the best. I was on a bland diet, which, if you don't know, I have been a type 1, an insulin-dependent diabetic for over 30 years. So I'm used to being on a diet. It's not like a new thing for me in any way, shape, or form. But, to be fair, I did kind of enjoy the bland diet. It's simple. You don't have to do a lot for dinner. I did eat a lot of potatoes though. And we're still trying to figure it out, but I have had, I had a colonoscopy and an endoscopy, and the colonoscopy was fine. And the endoscopy showed he thinks I may have bile gastropathy, which is where the bile in your gallbladder backs up into your stomach, because your flap isn't closing. But anyway, so last week I started taking the medication he prescribed, and we'll see. I go back and see him in another week or so we'll see where that goes. But if not, it's not a bad thing. It's not cancer, it's not a tumor, it's not ulcer or anything like that. And it can be completely controlled with diet. So that's where I am with that. I mean, I'm just dealing with random weird feelings in my stomach, which I wasn't used to. I guess I've been really lucky that I haven't had stomach issues. But now I'm making up for it. So anyway, so that's why I got into coloring, and then I decided I wanted to make a channel just to share things. I don't really, I figured if people wanted to watch, that's fine. I don't expect to make money off of it or, anything like that. I'm just in it because in today's day and age, very few of our friends live in the same town we do. And that's true with gaming. My husband is in the game industry, board games, and so we would do a lot of conventions. I am not in the game industry, although I wish I was. He likes to joke and say somebody needs to have a real job, but he is very successful. So we would do a lot of conventions and stuff like that. I would take vacation to help him. And we would go to Essen every year in Germany. There's a Spiel in Essen, and there's Gen Con, which is actually going on right now. Usually it's in July, August, but because they didn't have it this year and they wanted to have it, and they decided at the last minute, I think they are having Gen Con this week, which today would be the last day. But we didn't go because the booth that we normally work for isn't going, which is fine with me. I am working Origins, which is actually in town here, and I'm nervous about that. Origins Game Fair is a family type game fair in Columbus, Ohio. It's been around for how long? I can't even tell you. Over 50 years. And that's how I met my husband. I didn't have a job, and I was actually working for the Game Manufacturers Association, GAMA. And that's how I met my husband. So that's a whole other story. But we are gamers. We have a lot of games. We have been selling a lot of games, which, by the way, I am going to be putting up. We had a yard sale, and I still have a huge list of games, some of which are collectible. So if anybody's watching and they want to see what I have left, I'm happy to send you a spreadsheet. And if you're interested, let me know. Let's see, what else? What's been going on this week? So let's see, I was talking about conventions, and so that's partly why I can't keep up with my landscaping, is because I'd be gone half of the summer. Although there's really no excuse for this summer except that I've been sick. I haven't felt good. I did have my murder mystery. I am in a murder mystery every year for the Adina Mansion and Gardens in Chillicothe, Ohio, which Adena is where Governor Worthington, it's his house that he built, and it's a mansion, but it's not in any way, shape, or form what we would see as a mansion today. It's a very big house, and it was built in the late 1700s, I think. I am not a docent, and I can't remember when it was finished. I could be. But anyway, Governor Worthington, which was one of the first, he wasn't the first governor of Ohio, but he was one of the first governors of Ohio, lived there and had his family there. And I do volunteering for them. And it's a state historic site. And it's fun. And so we have a murder mystery there every year, which last year, of course, we didn't. This year they decided to go ahead, and we did lots of, everyone had to wear masks. And I mean, the actors, depending on where they were, because the murder mystery, you actually get to go in the house. There's a murder, and it's a historical murder, so it's back in the 1800s. So we're all dressed in historical dress, and you actually go in groups through the house, and you hear people's stories, and you have to figure out the murder. So that's a lot of fun. So we did that. I was very excited that we got to do it. I was nervous, but they had the dinner outside in a tent, and it was very safe, and people had to wear masks, and so some of the actors did too, depending on where you were. I actually had plenty of space between me and the audience, so when I was speaking to them, luckily I didn't have to wear a mask because I was at least 6 feet away and I was outside, so I didn't worry about that. But yeah, it was very nice to do that this year. I don't know, I do a lot of historical stuff. I have a lot of historical costumes, but it's mostly just for like my hometown and whatever I get into. Sometimes I think I was born in the wrong century because I love wearing crinolines and corsets and things like that. But what else can I tell you? I'm trying not to copy anybody else. And I don't want to keep this too long. So, I mean, I think it's really cool. I have over 300 subscribers so far, which just blows my mind. I can't believe people like watching my channel. I haven't done anything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to do something other than flip throughs and, books and things like that, which, oh my gosh, I'm serious. In October. Okay, October is going to be coloring. Tammy is not going to be ordering anything in October unless there is a really good lightning deal and it's something I have to have, which I'm pretty sure there's nothing left that I have to have. Because I'm like, I knew I was going to order stuff in September, because I wanted to get ready for Halloween. Not that I need any Halloween books, but I knew there would be new stuff coming out, and there was some stuff I wanted to order, and so I'd be getting stuff for Halloween. But let me confess, not everything that I have gotten was Halloween related, although I did buy some books because they had some Halloween-y pages in them, and I was very interested in doing that. So we'll see. I'm not quite sure how well. I'm gonna have a lot of books to go through at the end of the month, let me tell you. Not very many supplies, but so many books coming in, and I just look at my shelf and go, Tammy, you don't need another book, even if it is Halloween. But there I am. I'm addicted. I believe I told Kathy from Spicy Cat Colors the other day, it's like, I have a problem. I think I need an intervention from Amazon. Seriously. It's ridiculous. So my goal is, unless there's something super special that's happening in October, I'm going to try not to buy anything from Amazon that I don't need, that's not like cat food or something like that. Which, by the way, I do have 2 cats. They are the only 2 pets that I have right now. They are both very young. Scotty is 1 and Domino is 2. And I didn't have any pets for like 3 years because I had a couple of cats that lived to be almost 21 years old, and I lost them within 2 weeks of each other because they were from the same litter and they died. I mean, I knew that would happen, but it was devastating, and I am not gonna lie, I spent a lot of money on them. And so my husband is like, maybe we should take a break. And it was nice. I mean, as much as I love my pets, for 3 years I had no pets, and I don't have kids, so I didn't have any responsibilities, and it was kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't have to worry about finding someone to watch them when we went to Germany or anything like that, which was nice, or taking them to be boarded, or so but I do love them, and they came from, so all of our cats my entire life have been a rescue, although ironically not through an organization. They've just showed up. I'm from a small town, and there are lots of stray cats, and so all of my life, you know, you would have cats show up at your door, and that's how we got all of our cats. And you know, it's been fabulous. So I was resisting the outdoor cats that Mom had showing up, and then one day she calls me and she's like, there's a kitten and he doesn't belong to any of the other families, and none of the other kittens will play with him. He was like 6 or 8 weeks old. And I said, well, send me a picture of him. And she's like, I feel sorry for him because nobody wants to play with him. And so I said, well, you know what? I talked to William, and he said, I said, if you can catch him, then I'll take him. And a couple days later, Mom's like, okay, we got him. Like, oh crap. I haven't had a cat for like how many years, and 3 years. And, you know, I didn't get rid of everything, but I got rid of a lot of stuff because, you know, I knew if I got cats again, I wouldn't want to reuse it. I just want to start fresh. And then I was like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I haven't had kittens in 24 years or whatever it was. So I was like, holy crap, what was I thinking? But, you know, Domino is the cutest cat in the world, and he knows it. He's a tuxedo, and you will probably never see them because you'll hear them. But Scotty will come in here in the mornings and he'll want breakfast, and he'll meow, or he wants the window open or something like that. But they don't jump up on my desk. And to be fair, I don't allow them on tables. There's one table they're allowed on. Now, if they wanted to get on my desk, to be fair, I wouldn't care. I mean, as long as they're not on an eating food surface, I'm good. But as a general rule, I don't let them on the counters and stuff like that. So, but they're just not, I mean, my old cats, one of them, she would sit on my arm when I was doing something on my computer. She would be like right here, sitting on my hand, and I'd be moving it, and there'd be a cat. And Ben would want to sit in my lap, but Scotty and Domino, they're not lap cats. I think they could be. They're young. I'm waiting for them to change. I'm working with Domino. Domino just is like, doesn't want to be held or anything like that. But yet you pick him up and he complains about it, and then you put him down and he's like, ooh, I think I like that. But wait, I didn't like it. You know, that cat thing that they do. Scotty the problem is Scotty's a little too hyper still because he's so young and he's huge and he has a lot of energy. But I think eventually he will. I mean, they change so much as they get older, so it's hard to tell. I mean, a cat that's not a lap cat now, all of a sudden one day could just be like, okay, love me. I'm going to sit in your lap and this is going to be fun. And you'll be like, what? But I never force them to do what they don't want to do. You know, I pick Domino up, and the second that he wants down, I put him down so that he knows that he's not, you know, he has control, because I don't want him to ever be forced to do something that he doesn't want to do. But, you know, I try to be a good cat mom. What else? Random stuff. I don't know. Is that probably enough for now? Have you learned enough? I mean, I'm sure you had enough of me for this week. I'm happy to talk and color. And I mean, whether I'll ever do a tutorial, there's far better people at tutorials than me. But you know, if you ever see something I do and you want me to tell you how I did it, I'd be happy to accommodate you. I mean, that's how I learn. There are just some fabulous people that have channels out there that can show you so much, and they're so nice, and everyone in the coloring community, or for the most part, people in the coloring community are so nice, and that's what I like it. And everyone says the same thing. I mean, as with everything, there are mean people. But as a general rule, we're really nice to each other, and I enjoy that. And I'm sorry that I didn't get as much done on this picture, as I should have, but you know, I'm using polychromos, so they take time to layer, and I use polychromos in my Rita Berman books, so because why? Because it's German, and I enjoy it. They're just fabulous in these books, as I'm sure polychromos are too. For some reason, I decided, you know, polychromos and Rita Berman, and that way I don't have to think about it, because I have a lot of pencil sets. Now, I don't have nearly as many as some of you, but I'm getting close. And I am certainly not the one to cast stones, trust me, because all day I've been like, do I want mark art pencils? You know, they're on lightning deal. I really want them, but I have a lot of pencil sets, and here's the thing. I like to use what I have, and I feel like maybe I need to use up a pencil set that I'm not going to buy again before I buy another one. But I know that that's you know, not going to happen, because I keep thinking that I want to get for Christmas I was thinking about getting myself some Derwent Light Fast or some luminance, but the luminance are just so expensive that I'm not sure I can ever justify it. And I'm sure I would be just as happy with the Derwent Light Fast. I love Derwent pencils. And I'm anxious to try them out. So maybe for Christmas, we'll see. But, you know, and I'm waiting for Color My World. She's been working with the Starjoy guy to curate another set of pencils, and I really want those when they come out, so we'll see. They should be out anytime now. I keep waiting for her to come up with a video that's saying that they're out, and because I'm pretty sure he'll put them on special for all the fans of her channel or something like that. I'm hoping that, anyway. I mean, don't quote me, because I certainly don't know. But I didn't want to keep y'all too long. And I will maybe think of some things to talk about. I know my brain, especially when I get nervous, I tend to just go from one thing to another, and I apologize if that confuses people. I've tried not to really talk, you know, just random subjects, but I know that I have, because, you know, stream of consciousness goes from one thing to another to another. So, if there's anything you're curious about, you know, ask. Maybe I'll talk about it in the next color and chat that I do, if everyone likes this. So I don't really know what else I would do. I don't have anything else to show you. I do have to maybe show my PDFs and things like that, because I said I might try to get that together. I've been printing them off, the ones that I want to do. I'm just not really sure how I'm gonna do that, because it's the only part of my coloring collection that I haven't shown you all, is my PDFs, and it's kind of difficult. But I know people do it. I have seen people do it, and so we'll see. I'll probably get this picture done, hopefully, before my next color and chat, so I don't think it will be another topic of conversation, but we'll see. I don't have much to do, and I have to decide on a background, so I love Rita Berman's books. Oh, I can't wait to do this next page. But it's summer, so it's going to be a while before this one gets done. But hopefully next year I can get more done in the summer book. I don't think, did I have anything else? I don't think I have any more whips in here, so that's good. That's my only whip. Yay. So, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up. Give me constructive criticism, you know, or just say how you're doing and what you're coloring and what you enjoy, and I'm happy to talk to people, because I'm in this for friendships and, you know, chatting and about coloring and things that interest everybody, because I enjoy hearing about what other people do in their lives. People interest me, so, you know, I hope y'all are having a fabulous weekend and a, you know, wonderful afternoon and night and whatever time it is, and I hope you all feel happy and loved and important, because you all are. So everyone has a purpose, whether you know it or not. Anyway, have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.